Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Pokemon Emerald No Healing in Battle Wedlocke Challenge. In the last episode, we faced off against the 7th gym challenge of our adventure, being the psychic duo, the psychic twins of Tate and Liza. And we did come out victorious. We did not wipe. Our challenge continues from here, and we earned ourselves that badge. I don't remember that badge's name. The Mind Badge. Maybe. I might be right. We earned ourselves a Mind Badge, but unfortunately we didn't do it without paying some sort of price. We did have to pay the price and lose our Tentacruel Riki and her partner Agha the Dusclops. It's really unfortunate because when I went into that fight, I knew Riki's life was going to end. She's weak to Psychic, but she was what we needed to go ahead and seal that fight out with a victory. And she landed a critical hit on their Xatu, and that changed the entire outcome of this fight for us. We wouldn't be where we're at right now if it wasn't for Riki, our Tentacruel, in many more ways than just one. But what really hurts is Agha did not have to die. In the end, it came down to a 50-50 coin flip, and of all things to have happened, I had to use a double protect. I had to use protect for a second time in a row. There was nothing else I could do. You might be like, double protect is never a good idea. Well, let's put it this way. Solar Beam was about to unleash. We knew it was going to target Agha. He only had just a little bit of health remaining. And I had already used Protect the turn prior. I know Agha was slower than that Soul Rock, meaning I had to go for it. I knew it was going to attack. I knew I wasn't going to outspeed it. And in the end, it came down to a 50-50 chance. But in the end, it failed. And we were left with the death of Riki our Tentacruel and Agha our Dusclops. It is a really crushing blow to take, but here they are in the farewell box, and we are getting ready to say goodbye to them here. Riki has been here since after Norman. She was one of the Pokemon that joined us after the massacre that had occurred with our father. And Agha has just joined us here recently. Riki's partner Jacques had died against Maxie. And Agha joined us for Tate and Liza, and it crushes me to think that he almost did it, but just was unable to go on, and I just love him. I think he is awesome. But this is where his journey comes to an end. So, with that being said, it's time for me to say goodbye to Riki our Tentacruel and Agha our Dusclops before we can continue on with our adventure. With that being said, let's say goodbye to Riki our Tentacruel and Agha our Dusclops. Alright, it only took a couple of encounters, and we got ourselves a female Tentacool. Riki, if one thing is for certain, it is that you very quickly became our most powerful asset. You are one of the most reliable Pokemon I have ever used. With Jacques, you were unstoppable, and with Agha, you could have been as well. Unfortunately, your fate and destiny was to fight Tate and Liza, and without Jacques' help, it just wasn't possible. Maybe you'll be a mermaid in another life. I'll miss you, Riki. My encounter from Mount Pyre could potentially be, please, it's a Duskull. See, you know, I don't cheat, guys, but if I wanted to, I could have easily bopped a cut and got myself a Chimecho, but you know, I'm not like that. I'm trying to make a point. Yeah, we get ourselves a Duskull. Sad times? Very sad times. Can we get it in a dive ball? Why am I gonna waste the dive ball? I'm gonna waste the dive ball. Maybe we'll get it in a dive ball. We did! All right, we got ourselves a Duskull in the dive ball. Not a waste! That's pretty neat. Even though I probably won't use this. I mean, I could. Duskull's cool. Agha, you had huge shoes to fill. You were not only replacing our Grumpig and Riki's partner Jacques, but you were also being added for the sole purpose of defeating Tate and Liza. You are an absolute hero. You undoubtedly saved our entire team. You were in an unusual situation. You weren't added to protect your partner, but instead the entire team. And in the end, you fell because you were unable to protect yourself. Oh, goodbye, Riki. And goodbye, Agha. That is most certainly a crushing blow to take, because they were probably my favorite pair on the team, and Riki was probably my favorite member. I love Tentacruel, and I have a special connection with that name, and unfortunately she wasn't able to see us out to the end of our adventure. So, we're once again in the point where we have to add a new Pokemon to the team, except this time we need 2. We haven't had to add a whole new pair since Norman decimated our team. The pairing options I chose back then were for what was coming up, and this pair is no different. At that time, I needed a pair for Winona, and for Tate and Liza. I wasn't even considering Juan at that time, as I knew we would face tough times before then and now, and I couldn't have been more correct. I have a pair for Sydney, Phoebe, and Glacia. And I should be able to come up with something for Drake. I need a pair that can rip water apart. Our final gym challenge is water, and the champion is as well, should we get there. I need to build a pair that can destroy Hoenn's too much water problem. So, looking at our PC, we have a lot of great options. We have a Magnemite named Metalhead, and an Oddish named Duke. Easy pair, right? Well, yeah. They would get the job done brilliantly, most likely. But I am indeed no simple man. I like using unique Pokemon. And things you don't get to see very often. And instead of just jumping in with those two as the obvious choices, I thought just a little bit harder and looked at every option we had. And I have trained up 2 new Pokemon already, just like I did with Agha the last time. The Pokemon that I have chosen to add are trained up and in their boxes right now. For our mail, it was a pretty clean-cut thing that Duke is the best bet. However, I did glance over at our cast form. Being able to summon the rain at will and use great moves like Thunder, Blizzard, and Fire Blast? I was heavily considering it. However, cast form is extremely frail, and the rain would also boost Juan's power in the process. And overall, Duke is just the only Pokemon truly worth using out of our males. Sure, we have Bombo the Electrode as well, who is very quick, but again is also pretty frail and could die very easily, whereas Duke resists water, and has a mass amount of special defense. So it was clear to me that we were finally going to be using Duke the Oddish, that I had been alluding to for so long. We can get a Sunstone almost immediately by heading straight for Pacific Town. But Duke will always be weak to ice, which is something Juan and Wallace pack from my memory. So I need a really strong partner that would work well with Duke, as I likely would be evolving him into Blossom. And as you can see here, that is what I did. We have Duke the Blossom as our first new Pokemon of the new pair. So, ideally, I want a female that resists both water and ice. The only Pokemon I have in my PC to do so is Bo Peep, our Wailmer, who has a ton of HP, but not the greatest moves overall. So I really wasn't wanting to use Wailord. Metalhead, our Magnemite, like I said, is an incredible option, and does resist ice, but is neutrally affected by water, so she would be like a glass cannon. I was dead set on using something unique. We just recently lost our Pokemon that we taught Thief to, being Jacques, and with the end of the game coming up, I want a Pokemon that can steal citrus berries, should we ever need them. And the only Pokemon capable of doing that by level up, since we no longer have our TM, is our Illumise, Peggy, who is incredibly unique and has some really great things that could work well with Duke. Yeah, they're both weak to flying and fire, and she doesn't resist ice, or water for that matter, but she is really cool. She is capable of stealing citrus berries with the move Covet, can learn really great moves for strategy like Charm and Encore, and even heal in battle using the move Moonlight, which Duke can do as well. She is also capable of learning Thunderbolt and Thunder, along with the move Sunny Day, which could be used in conjunction with Duke, and his ability Chlorophyll, which would make him very, very fast, and he could also use Solar Beam in one turn, which we can get the TM for back at the Safari Zone. With all of these things considered, I was ready to train Duke and Peggy, our Illumise, up. But then it hit me. There is a Pokemon in this box that can resist both water and ice, and do everything I just listed that Peggy could do, but even better. This Pokemon has incredible special defense, can steal items, can learn Thunderbolt, Thunder, and Sunny Day, alongside some even cooler moves that I could play into some great strategies. And in the end, I would say this is even more unique than using Illumise. I know when Jacques died, I said, do not be a thief. And if it wasn't for me playing through Mystery Dungeon on our current livestream series, I would have never known this Pokemon learned Thief upon level up. I chose Princess Tortoise, our Kecleon, as Duke the Blossom's partner. And as you can tell, they are all trained up and ready to go, just like Agha was last time. I have an incredibly cool strategy for Juan using these two. And I really can't wait to show you guys and see if we can pull it off. But until then, we will have to wait and see. So welcome the new pair of Duke the Blossom and Princess Tortoise the Kecleon. I am stoked for these guys. She gets Substitute upon level up. And at level 1, she can learn the move Thief, which I taught to her by using a heart scale. And that's how I got the Sunstone for Blossom during training. I got it from a Soul Rock. So it was obvious I got somebody added to the team that can learn a move that can steal. And that happened to be Princess Tortoise, our Kecleon, which is super cool. I taught her the Thunderbolt TM that we had gotten from Watson a while back. And she even has Slash for now until we can get the move Return in Pacific Town. A lot of things can be found in Pacific Town, huh? So you might be wondering, I also grabbed the TM for Giga Drain from that random girl by Mount Pyre. And I taught Magical Leaf with a heart scale as well. And like I said, he gets Moonlight, which means he can heal in battle. I'm not allowed to use items in battle, but I can heal in battle with moves such as Giga Drain and Moonlight, which is going to be really helpful. So you might be wondering something. Well, first of all, let me point out, I also got the magnet for Princess Tortoise. When I show you guys training, you will notice I went to the Trick House. I went through all of the rooms in the Trick House that we can go up to by having 7 badges. I didn't feel like they were very important to go ahead and show off in an actual episode. I might do the final Trick House room on screen, probably not. I'll probably do it in training montages at some point. It's not very important, but I will clear all those trainers as fighting everybody's required, and I did it in training, so you guys can see that I did it completely legitimately, of course. And I did it with Princess Tortoise to go ahead and train them up, make it go a little bit quicker. I trained them both with the Macho Brace and in a whole bunch of different areas to get them some really good EV spreads. So these are what their stats are looking like. They have crazy good special defense. So once again, we have Team Special Defense, or Team Green if you would like. They like the nature. They like green in general, obviously, because they are green. But yeah, it took me a long time to train these guys up. I believe it was 5 hours in total. So I'm going to point out the elephant in the room here. Not this Fampy. I mean, it looks like an elephant. That's not the point. You know what I'm saying? The elephant in the room. You might be like, what do you mean Tortoise can resist both water and ice? She's a normal type. Yes, but color change. She changes color whenever she gets attacked. Meaning, if she's hit with a water move, she's a water type. And water resists both ice and water. And if I lead with her against Juan, it's likely she gets hit with a water type attack. At least once. And then she'll resist all of the moves that Juan can throw at her. Meaning, that's awesome. And we can couple that with Substitute. I think she could be incredible. I have an insane strategy for these two, and I really cannot wait to show you guys what I have planned. It is going to be so much fun. I am really, really looking forward to it. So, I like to show training, even though I already got them trained up. I like to go ahead and put it in the video, just makes a more complete video. This video is going to be a long one, but I do want to go ahead and show you guys training. It took a while, but if you decide to watch it, enjoy the music, and I'll be back at you guys with our goal for this episode. Hope you guys like the new pair just as much as I do. I'll see you guys once it's done. Alright guys, with training finished, now you've seen everything. I do want to go ahead and also mention that I went back to the Fiery Path, I believe is what it's called, and we grabbed the TM with Strength for Toxic, and we also went to the Safari Zone in training and got the TM for Solar Beam. In case you skipped it or just happened to overlook that part, we did go get those TMs as well, just for future reference, should I ever need them, and I figured why not. I can't believe I forgot to get Toxic. I thought I went there already. I guess that's why I haven't gone back and gotten it, just because I thought I already did. Right, I already sprayed a Repel, because I basically... We're doing something different this episode than what I had initially planned. What I planned was to take on Team Magma this episode. But I actually sat down and I wanted to plan out every single trainer that I need to fight in all the water routes so it doesn't become a big hunt down the trainers fest, okay? Because that tends to be the big problem with these water routes, is why they take so long, is because I don't know how many trainers there are, and I look for everybody because I don't want to miss anybody, because my rule is to fight absolutely everybody, of course, and I always get paranoid I'm gonna miss somebody. So I went to Bulbapedia, covered up the trainer names and their teams, and just scrolled through and wrote down every trainer class. I forgot to spray up Repel. Write down every single trainer class and trainer and how many there are on each of the routes, so I can go through them in a nice orderly fashion and try to take down every single one of them without any problems, if all of this makes sense. So the plan for this episode was to go ahead and go backtrack and do everything we can do now that we have Dive. I actually recorded the intro of this episode and was like, hey, let's go ahead and do everything we can now that we have Dive. But then I went to the abandoned ship. I was talking, having a good time commentating, and I was like, wait, we don't have Dive. We get Dive after you beat Team Magma. So we're gonna reorder things a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and take down the trainers at Team Magma in the next episode and backtrack with Dive in the next episode. So we're gonna take down all of the trainers in Route 127, Route 128, and Route 129 this episode is the goal. How many trainers is that? There are 8 trainers on Route 127, there are 7 on Route 128, and there are 5 on Route 129. I've got all of the trainer classes written down so I can kind of, ease my way through them and be like, all right, I did this one, this one, so I can try to go through these a little bit quicker than I normally would, because water routes are a slog. Everybody doesn't like water routes. I understand that. But my rule's to fight everybody. The series won't feel complete to me if I don't fight everybody, and so that's just something I need to do. Luckily, there are a lot more trainers than just swimmers. There's actually a lot of triathletes, which, I mean, they're technically swimmers as well. But as you see, there's a bird keeper here. The next one's a cool trainer. I got bird keeper male and cool trainer female written down. I don't know what they have. I don't look up trainers. I just looked up which trainer class they were so I can each one by one be like, fought that one, I'm missing triathlete female. Where is she? Basically. All right, I'm actually kind of worried of doing this with Duke and Tortoise, because I don't know what she could have. I'm guessing something flying. Actually, I'll do it with Duke. Okay. We gotta fight with everybody that we got new. She has a cool trainer, so it's scary, because she could have, like, anything. But I'm gonna guess since the Bird Keeper had flying types, it wouldn't make sense that Athena here has a flying type. She has a Manectric. Okay, that's quite frightening. But I love Kecleon. Duke and Kecleon, Duke and Tortoise are so cool together because, well, we also have the ability to heal ourselves. So I'm guessing you're faster than me, so I'm going to Giga Drain. Ooh, you paralyzed me. That's unfortunate. I was going to put you to sleep. But yeah, they're really great together because Duke can heal a lot with Giga Drain and Moonlight, which is just going to be amazing. Tortoise, say I needed to switch right now. Yeah, he's going to take a hard, Spark, maybe. But then he's going to resist Spark next time because he'll be an electric type. So as long as I plan every move I make with color change correctly, I'll be in great standing with Tortoise. However, there can be a problem because, oh my gosh, Thunder? At least we resist Thunder anyways, right? But it could be, scary because I might have a slip up and be like, all right, we're a water type right now, and then forget, hey, we're a water type, and then get, blasted with an electric attack. That's entirely possible, so I need to keep my eyes peeled at every change that is made with color change, because if not, we could end up losing Tortoise because of something really silly. But luckily, Tortoise has a drastic amount of special defense, so we can take special... What? Okay, we're a water type now. Now see, if he still had Manectric, I'd be concerned, because he could... No, he wouldn't switch. They're not that intelligent. Yeah, we'll just use that. So Slash is never really going to be stabbed unless you see, now we're going to resist Surf. Look at that! I love Kecleon! She's so unique and cool. Oh, this is gonna be fun. When I put this pair together and when I was training them for 5 hours, I was sitting there like, oh, I can't wait to see people's reactions. They're gonna be like, this is the coolest pair you've ever used! And I wouldn't dispute you. That actually sounds like something I could get behind. Blossom and Kecleon. They're Team Green. They are super powerful. They work so well together, and they are going to destroy Juan or die in the process. But we're not going to think about that. So, I believe this is Route 126. No, this is still, yeah, all right. So here's Route 126. I don't want to even touch Route 126 for like the next 5 episodes. We're leaving that one until very last, not because of any certain reason, but the level limit is 46. We've got a lot to do. We've got like 30 water trainers to take down. We have to take down Team Magma. We have to take down Team Aqua. And we have to not pass level 46. That's a lot to ask. Understand? So I'm going to try my absolute best. We have a lot of water trainers. I'm actually going to go ahead and give the experience share to Queen Finny just because she's like the hardest to train. And splitting XP is going to do nothing but help me long term keep the level limit from being touched, basically. All right, so we have 3 fishermen to take down. They're all on this island, I believe. So let's start off with this guy. I fully healed my Pokemon, right? Yeah, Duke and Tortoise are ready to go. Let's fight this guy. I'm hoping he doesn't have a Gyarados, because if that's the case, I want Tortoise to be out. But I could always just switch. We could fight Roger has a Magikarp level 15. Is this a Magikarp guy after the 7th gym? I'll be completely disappointed in the team that worked on Pokemon Emerald. I'm going to file a formal complaint to Game Freak and be like, no. We're not having none of that. What was his name? Roger? Unfortunate. You know, I knew somebody with the last name Rogers. He was an interesting kid. So basically, in school, I've mentioned when I was in middle school, I didn't go to public high school, I was homeschooled, but when I was in public middle school, nobody liked me. So, I talked about this story a lot, but, oh, he does have a Gyarados. Well, aren't you in some bad shape, my friend? I have Princess Tortoise, she's coming in, she's gonna drop a Thunderbolt bomb on your head, Roger. Level 35 frightens me so. I won't deny this. Does Dragon Rage make me a Dragon type? We're about to find out. I said that before it even used it, but I just assumed he's gonna use Dragon Rage. Understand? It does make me a Dragon type. That's cool, because now we resist water. Gyarados. Can we take it out one hit? Yeah, I thought we would. But, you know, they have a decent amount of special defense. I don't have the greatest special attack in the whole world, but I did a lot of really good EV training. Like, I hit all the boards, basically. That's what made it take so long, but I wanted to give these guys the best chance of survival. Like, obviously, I train my Pokemon legitimately, and I want to give them the best chance possible to go ahead and make a long-lasting impact, and if I just trained them all on the same thing, they'd be very lopsided. It would have went quicker, but they wouldn't be very overall balanced, and I wanted them to be just as balanced as the rest of our members. That was my thought on that. Anyways, in school, I grew up very small school, like 30 kids per grade. We all knew each other from preschool. We knew each other from day one, basically. So we were all buddies when we were kids. But as we got older, you know, they became edgier and they became mean to me. I was the outcast and the weirdo and the nerd for some reason, because I acted just like I do now in my videos in public. Okay, I think I might understand this. No, I was all right. Like, I wasn't in the nerd group. I wasn't in the cool kids group. I was like just the flat out outcast, which, you know, isn't the best thing in the world. But I was fine. You know, I was friends with like all the guys. Nobody really had a problem with me except for the girls. The girls were mean to me. I've mentioned this a lot. But there was this kid named his last name was Rogers, okay? And yeah, this make me water him. I'm fine. It just takes so much thought process to use Kecleon. I'm like, okay, where is this going to line me up? We'll be fine. But he was so weird. Like, you know how there's a weird kid in school and they get, like, you know, made fun of? I was that kid that was in, you know, bad shape most of the time with the other kids. But Rogers was so weird. so outcast heavy that nobody even made fun of him because they didn't want to associate in any sense. I would have liked to be like him. You know what I mean? Like, there's like a level of so weird that nobody makes fun of you. It's like, how do you achieve this level of weirdness? I must know your secret. Like, I was made fun of mainly. My main bullied thing that I was bullied for is they called me smelly. Which, haha, real funny. The kid that can't smell, let's call him Smelly. 3 billion IQ. And I didn't stink. I showered every day. I was perfectly normal for the most part. They just called me Smelly because they knew I could not confirm nor deny. Which, you know, kids are kids. They're gonna be mean. I hated it when I was a kid, but I do always preach this now. I know I got a lot of you guys that are still in school and probably are going through the same things that I went through. You find me cool, right? There you go. You're probably, I hope, you're great. Don't worry about those kids. They're gonna grow up and be nobodies. You know where all the kids that made fun of me are at? They're nobodies. What am I doing? I'm pleasing 1,500 people making Pokemon videos on YouTube. I think I'm winning. So basically, if somebody is going to immediately pick on you when you've not done anything to deserve that and they're just being mean-spirited people, you're already winning. Because if anybody stoops that low to be mean, they're already the lesser person. I know that's so hard when you're in the moment, but like, try so hard to hold that close to yourself because I know you guys are great kids, great people. You guys talk to me on my Discord server. You guys are just awesome. Every single one of you. Don't let any mean kids get to you. That's just absurd. I know it got to me as a kid, but I wish I had somebody when I was younger to be like, hey, don't worry about them. So I'm the, hey, don't worry about them. You want to, if anybody's bugging you in school, come talk to Master Corm. I almost said Daddy Corm. I didn't mean it in a weird sense. It just almost came out, you know, like the grandpa of the team. I've ruined it. I've soiled the great talk. It's no longer got meaning or value. I've just completely turned this into a blasphemy, and I should be completely ashamed of myself. But I think that was the best commentary I could have handled for 3 water trainers. All right, we have 2 triathletes and a black belt left. Oh, how about we put Altair up front? Altair? Yeah. I don't want to have Duke and Tortoise running the whole time. I'd like you guys to get to know them, but I don't want them to go ahead and get too over-leveled. You know how it is, basically. So I don't... So Dive is going to be annoying. I don't know where to handle this, because like I'd like to fight all the trainers here. We're on Route 127 right now, so if we go past Route 127... Are we not on Route 127? There's no swimmer written down here. Is this a triathlete? That's my male triathlete. It better be. Otherwise, this whole planning thing gets tossed out the window. Yeah, it's a triathlete. All right, I was gonna say. It's like, did I plan this wrong? I have triathlete, male and female written down. There's no swimmer on this route. Not a single swimmer on this route. So, I mean, there might be a David swimmer. I think I've made this joke every water route. I mean, there was a swimmer named David by Duford. No, I guessed it by Duford, but it was by Slateport. That's right. I was wrong, and I was bamboozled. Whatever. These water trainers are going to be bad. I personally never heard of a guy named Camden. Although when I saw Triathlete Camden, I was like, hey, I recall this name. How do you not one-shot a star you? What are you doing, Altair? But I do appreciate the paralysis. You try so hard. I appreciate you, Altair. You tried so hard to please me. I appreciate that. All right, we only have 2 more on Route 127. That's 8 trainers done, and we're 14 minutes into this clip. Yay. So, what I was saying, dive sections. I don't want to do those right away because I feel like it'll get me all confuzzled. Oh, wait, I don't have dive. Don't have to worry about it then. I was going to say, well, I'll go underwater next time, but there is not a it has to be next time because we can't go underwater anyways. Are we still on Route 127? We have to be because there's the black belt. Well, there we go. You see, and if I miss any items that are important, you guys are just going to tell me because you guys are just great people. So, yeah. I have to. Basically, Altair is just my best bet. I always get scared fighting types with Altair. I don't know why. I just fear for her. Hey, it's a Machoke. I was expecting a Machamp because he had 1 Pokemon. There was a guy with 2 Pokemon that had a Machamp. You're slacking, Koji. Now, he could actually... No, there is no guard in this game. That's right. Is there? I'm pretty certain there's not. Yeah, because I would have been like, no, we got Guts on Crush. No, Guts is the only thing we can get on Crush, I'm pretty certain. Finnegar to level 43, so I might want to go ahead and take the experience share off. I want to keep everybody even. Basically, if we get too close to the level limit, I have to stop fighting water trainers. So I've got them all laid out in what episode I want to take on which water group. And if we ever get too close to the level limit, we just push it all after 1, is the thought. So 43 is fine. We still have 3 levels. I'll give it to Crush. Zephyr. Yeah, we'll give it to... Actually, you know what? Finny, you go ahead and take your Mystic Water. I think you had a Mystic Water. You did. You're just such a good Finster. You've always been good. You're not fighting, though, because you're slower to fight with. You don't have the best moves. Yeah, you can have the King's Rock after you hit level 43. That sounds like a good idea. So, we have one more trainer on Route 127, and that is a triathlete female. So, we need to find what looks to be a female swimmer. Can't be too difficult. I'm going to go ahead and guess her name is Samantha. I'm preemptively guessing a name. Also, I always say we have to guess a new name every single time, otherwise it's not the same. But I think I've said Samantha like several times in the past few videos. I don't know which episode. This is Route 128. This is a whole different thing. I'm missing a female swimmer. There she is. Female triathlete. See, guys? I planned this episode, and it's working. We're only 16 and a half minutes into this actual video, like the rest of it. It's a lot longer than that. Donnie. Who names their girls Donnie? That's disappointing. It's like Donnie Thompson from Big Brother, except he's awesome. You see how I said he's? It's because that's a guy's name, Donnie. It's like Donna, except they misspelled it on the birth certificate, and they're like, man, Donnie's a name. Yeah, sure, but you just ruined your daughter's life for the rest of it. The whole life's been ruined. But yeah, are you guys proud of me? I planned and I orchestrated the water routes, which is great, because now I don't have to like swim up and down every pixel of the entire thing, like, where is a trainer? I'm so bored, this is awful, you know, to the water sound. I cannot find a single trainer, oh no. But now I know what trainers I have to look for. It's simple. We cleared all 8 trainers on Route 127 like that. Dunzoed. Now we can go down to Route 128. Am I missing items? This is likely. Route 128 has 7 trainers, starting with a cool trainer male and female. Well, I don't like fighting cool trainers. They frighten me, so. I actually recall heavily that this girl has a shift tree. Why? I don't know. Could I do that with Altair? Sure. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do it with Crush. Mainly because I could be very, very wrong, and she could have an electric type. Is this likely? No, I would think not, because I already fought a cool trainer with electric type, but you never know. Cool trainers like Manectric. She could be like, hey, that guy had electric. I'm gonna go ahead and have an electric. Electric. Did I say an electric the whole time? Manectric. Electric. Manectric. You know what I'm saying. Anyways, Gloom, no big deal. I kill you, 1 hit, strength, you gone. Yeah, I trained a Gloom. Gloom's a no. Excuse me. Well, now you just activated my guts. You know, is that why they call it guts? Because, like, she pounds on her chest, and it's just like, I'm busting my guts from the inside. You're healing your Gloom? Alexa, please don't do that. And all you guys is like, no! You just activated my Alexa. It's like, I don't know the pain, because, unfortunately, I don't have an Alexa. Ooh, and a Zoomeril. Isn't that cutesy? Yeah, we'll stay. So, what are you gonna do? You're not a fairy type in this game, but yeah. Basically, Alexa, what are you doing? She's like, right now, I'm doing nothing. Excuse me? Double edge? Yeah, you're cute, Alexa. And she's like, why, thank you, Tom, or whoever. You're whatever. I think she says your name. I don't know what it's like to own an Alexa. I was at my cousin's house. She's got an Alexa, and whenever we're there, it's just playing music, and the kids like to play with it. It's like, Alexa, play Kids Bop! And I'm sitting there like, oh no, I'm here for 3 more hours, please help. Basically, that's my thought process. Whenever, like, did you guys grow up with Kids Bop? I have an interesting story about Kids Bop. The segues are brilliant. I thank you so much, Alexa. You're welcome. Basically, I hope she's, like, responding to me right now, because that's the only friend I have. Nobody will talk to me. No, basically. All right, let's go ahead and use a full heal. And I guess we can go ahead and roll with Crush. I could have left her paralyzed, but That doesn't sound like a great idea. I know there's a cool trainer with a shift tree, and it's this guy right over here. Hey, you! Talk to me! Alright, really? You're biased to surfers? You see how it is? Are surfers not cool? That's like totally the opposite of the real world. Yeah, we'll do this with Crush. No stronger trainer than I? Claude? Klaus. Claude. I'm gonna go with Claude. Ruben. Nope. Reuben sandwich! You know what I'm saying? It's been a while since I've had a Reuben sandwich. I don't even know what a Reuben sandwich is. My dad was just like, hey, you want a Reuben sandwich? And I'm like, what's that? He's like, it's good. So that's the conversations with my dad. Like, we're like, hey, Dad, let's go get something to eat. He's like, all right, what do you want? He's like, I don't know. He's like, well, you want to get this? And I was like, what is it? He's like, it's good. Basically. But Kids Bop. So basically, growing up, Kids Bop was all the rage. I was talking with Derek about this. I tried to get him to play Kids Bop in the car one time. And, you know, he wasn't having it. He's like, we're not doing that. I might have actually talked about that exact thought process. What are you doing? You always activate guts. It's like the cool trainers are like, I'm so cool. I like guts. Guts. If you know what that is, and what are you doing, Ruben? You just made me stronger. Now you're dead. It's like the cool trainers are cool, but they lack brain. It's like cool people in real life. It's like you're either born with smarts or looks. Unfortunately for me, I got the smarts, which some of you might debate, but I digress completely. Regardless, Kids Bop. I'm getting sidetracked. So, I don't remember what Kids Bop it was. I think they're on like Kids Bop 70 right now. Probably not, but like, that's still a thing. Who's wasting their money on producing that, for one thing? And for another thing, why is it still going? That's the same thing, actually. We'll fight this guy just because I knew he was here and I don't want to look for people because I'm trying to focus on the commentating skill. It takes skill. It takes finesse to get sidetracked on a topic for 30 minutes, basically. Anyways, Kids Bop. There's a song that I remember greatly. Excuse me, Zephyr! From, you know what, like, Kids Bop was great as a kid because it taught me so many songs. I used to jam out to, he was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. And I was like, I didn't learn that was Avril Lavigne until like a decade later. And I'm a massive Avril Lavigne fan today. So you might ask me, how'd that happen? It's like, I don't know, but that's not the point. Great songs. Jenny from the Block, that's the Kids Bop that I used to jam to. All you guys are like, what is a Jenny? No, what's a block? It's like, what is a Jenny from the Block? Excuse me? Jenny from the Block. Say I'm not gonna soil myself any further than I've already done today. But there was a song called the Ketchup Song. Okay? It's like a Mexican song. I don't know what it is, but it's a song from Mexico, I think, and it's just like yada 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 ketchup. It's like I tried to get Derek to play this in the car on the way home from a restaurant one time. He's looked at me and was like, we're not. And we never did, and I tried to get him to play Call Me Maybe, and I think he questioned ever coming back. He hasn't been back since, so that might be actually it. Nah, just kidding. We talk randomly. We're those friends that just like, we don't talk. Like, I think guys don't talk. I think that's just how it is. Like, there's a show called A Million Little Things, and it's about suicide. Not actually, okay, that's a bad way to word that. It's not about that. It's about a group of friends, and one of their friends ends up killing themselves, and then it makes them all closer, and they're like, what did we do? It's actually a really good drama, and also, I should just lay this out there. If that's, like, with the theme of this episode, I just always like to lay this out there. If you ever want to talk about anything, always feel welcome in my Discord server. We have a chat for that sort of thing. Never do anything like that. You're always special in this world. That's the message the show is trying to give, basically, overall, is that's not the answer. It never is. Anyways, basically, they never talk. They're a group of guys, and they just don't like to talk. You know, they just have fun, goof off, but they never talk about their feelings. I think that's all guys, unfortunately, because, like, Derek and I never talk. We're just like, hey, what do you do? He's like, gonna come over? And like, yeah, sure. You know, it's basically how we've always been anyways. And it's like, you know, we might go see Detective Pikachu together. I hope he's free, because we need to see that day of release. It's gonna be glorious. But what was I even talking before all of this? No. Oh, the Ketchup Song, right. So I don't know where I was with it, but it made me think of another song. So when I was in middle school, I think it was the 8th grade. It was the last year that I went to public school. All right, this is a triathlete. So we need a triathlete male and 2 swimmers. So we should be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this with Crush. But basically, I was in a French class in the 8th grade, and our French teacher was weird. She used to talk about how, like, she had this locked closet in her classroom, and she's like, it's where we keep the bodies of the students that don't listen. She was a very weird lady. I didn't mind her. Like, everybody hated her, but I kind of liked her. She was cool. You know, she got me. She knew I was one of the cool kids. She probably felt bad for me. No, but yeah, that's exact. You know what? Is that what it's like to be a teacher and you see the weird kid and it's just like, be nice to him or whatever because it's like you're their only friend? It's like, it would be kind of cool to be a teacher. I'm not going to lie. I'd be the cool teacher. Anyways, there was this French song. She used to play French music in the class while we all studied, right? And there was a song that came on. I got all funky and weird with it. I tell you what, it was glorious. Here's the 2 swimmers. But I'm still missing a triathlete male. Where's the male triathlete? I need him. And then we'll go to Evergrande. There's still a male triathlete. Hello, game. That's Route 129. There he is. Buddy, I've been looking for you. There was a song, this French song they used to play. I've never been able to find it since, but if you happen to know French, or you're like from Le France, I think is how they say it there. That's probably not how they say it there. I've offended many. I come from Le France, I eat escargot. I like nasty food. No, I don't personally. I've offended many now. I could have stopped. It would have been all right. I've taken it too far. Once again, I own the dislike that's been dropped on my video. I hope you do stick around, French person. Anyways. Song. There was this song that the only way I can describe it is it went na 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 na, something like that. It just went na 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 na. It was like the Nana Nana song is what I used to call it. Like me and my friend Riley used to like lose our minds when that song would come on. Teacher would be like, "Stop! You're soiling my culture." Basically, that was the only time she didn't care for me. You know, she was from France, I believe. From French. Yeah, she was from French. No, she was from France, I believe. Le France. You know, no wonder she didn't like me too much. I mean, I said she did, but she probably didn't. I don't think she did. I soiled her great music. She loved it because it was like an exquisite French tune. Okay? Exquisite. And I soiled it by going, nana, 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 because it's probably not even what they were saying. If I could find this song today, I would be a glorious person because of it. I would probably reinvent my entire life around the meaning of the Nana Nana song. You know, I should totally message Riley and just be like, hey, do you remember the Nana Nana song? He'd be like, yeah, here it is. I listen to it daily on repeat. It's like, you do? Where have you been? Like, Riley's one of those friends. I've talked about him a lot on the channel. He was my best friend in school, like regular school. We were partners in crime. If we did something, we was doing it together. It was glorious. You couldn't find a friend like that. But like I said, I ended up being homeless and I had to move. And I didn't end up staying at that school. And it's my fault entirely. I didn't keep in touch. And you know, we just fell apart and never ended up talking ever since. I did message him like a year ago, and he was just like, yeah, it's no big deal. We don't really talk anymore, so I don't have anything to talk to you about. And I think I kind of hurt him. It broke my heart, you know, but that's unfortunate. But if you guys have a really good friend in school and you guys ever get separated for some reason, keep in touch. Even if you guys live so far away, it's not even, just talk to each other on Facebook or something. You need to. It's the words of wisdom from Quorum. If I could go back and change that, that's the one thing I'd change about, like, probably my whole life. Like, I don't really have regrets, because, like, yeah, there's things that have happened and stuff, right? But, you know, that's how it goes, you know, it's life. But that's something I could change, and it would make a difference in my life overall, as me as a person, everything, I think. I think it would change a lot, so that's one thing that I'd change. Not to get too sentimental here, but yeah, keep your friends close. I don't have very many. I have Derek. That's about it. And, you know, not that there's anything wrong with Derek. If I was to have one friend, that's the friend I'd want to have. That's the kind of friend you want. Somebody that no matter what happens, he's there. If I needed him for something, he is there. No matter what. And that's the type of person that you need. Like, 100%. So if I was to have one friend, I'm glad that it's him. But you guys know what I'm saying. Also, if he's watching this, I do apologize to getting sappy, my dude. You can send me memes and say, what was the problem here? Why'd you have to get like this? You ruined my Emerald watching experience. And you know what? I completely understand. You can drop a dislike. It helps the same as a like. That's why I'm always like, yeah, drop your dislike. Because, like, it's the same thing as a like for the most part. It doesn't really count negative unless you have, like, a mass amount of them. They're all the same. So people are like, I'm gonna dislike your video. I'm like, thank you. It's better than doing nothing. Anyways, I digress. We've cleared out all the trainers on Route 127 and on Route 128. And we can get 2 encounters over here. We can get an encounter here at Grande City and an encounter on Route 128. There's 2 encounters we can get here, and there's 2 encounters we can get there. They're the same encounters, so whatever one I get here, we'll get the other one on Route 128. I guess we'll lead with Duke. And cast out my Super Rod. And your boy will be back once he finds his encounter for Grande City. So my encounter for Grande City is... It never works. I never can just easily transition. My encounter for Grande City is... Dang it! How many bites does it take? There we go, only took 3 tries. We've found ourselves a Corsola, which in Generation 3, this thing looks amazing. I love little Rocket Babe. All right, let's go ahead and put her to sleep. Night-night, sleep tight. All right, don't let the Carbona bite. All right, let's go ahead and... Actually, that would be awful, I think. Don't let the Marini bite. Eat you live. Good thing they not in HOENN, my friend. You dodged a bullet. All right, I want you in an Ultra Ball because they're really hard to catch. I've learned from experience. So get in the ball, please. Oh, please. Oh, yeah. Now I feel avenged for that nasty, nasty dish of coleslaw. You know, initially. It was a great dish after I got into it a little bit. Anyways, Corsola's data has been added to the Pokedex. It is the coral Pokemon. Corsola live in warm southern seas. If the sea becomes polluted, the beautiful coral stalks become discolored and crumble away in tatters. So with that being said, I need a name for this Corsola from my naming list, which is anything from the original Spyro the Dragon trilogy, except for basic names and things like Spyro, of course. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get a name for this Corsola, and I'll be back in a sec. Alright guys, I think I've got a name for this Corsola. So this Corsola name doesn't have any backstory. It's actually named after a female egg from Spyro 3. So in Spyro 3, the collectibles in that game are eggs. There's a whole bunch of dragon eggs to collect, and once you collect them, they hatch, and they each have their own name associated with them. That's actually what our Blossom Duke is named after. He's named after a male egg from Spyro 3, and I just think this is a really solid name for a Corsola based on what it is. So I don't know what realm this egg is from, but I forgot to write it down on the naming theme list. It's a big oopsie. But I'm gonna go ahead and name this Corsola after an egg from Spyro 3. And the name of that egg and the name for this Corsola is Roxy. We have Roxy the Corsola, because she's got rocks and she's very Roxy. You know what I'm saying? Of course you do. You're not stupid. Of course you know. She's a rock type. So we got Roxy the Corsola, and if we come back over here to Route 128, we can get ourselves yet another encounter. And Corsola and this other Pokemon are the same thing we can get here, so I'll be back once I get that Pokemon. Hopefully it's quick. It's the more common one, I believe. So hook yourself on my rod. I would do appreciate it. My encounter for Route 128 is going to be... Thank you for hooking. I love this. Hey, first try. Boom, boom. Saved me some time. I appreciate it. All right, we got ourselves a love disc. So hopefully we'll catch this the exact same way as Corsola. Of course, it's very quick. It's a love disc. What more do you expect? Good night. You missed, Duke. You missed. I mean, if you're gonna miss, it's rather miss against this than Corsola, because Corsola might have like Rock Blast, which might get a little annoying. But I would like to think love disc's catch rate is very much higher than Corsola, and we caught that. So catch this, please? And we did. All right, we got ourselves a Love Disc. Very not cool. I like unique Pokemon, but this is fairly unusable. Love Disc is the rendezvous Pokemon. Love Disc make the branches of Corsola their nests. There is a custom from long ago of giving a Love Disc as a gift to express one's feelings of love. Love is in the air. I don't know what I'm going to name this. Alright, I'm gonna check my list once again for a name for this Love Disc, and I'll be back in a sec. Alright guys, I've actually got a name for this Love Disc that isn't actually on my naming list. I didn't put it there because it's really basic, but there's no better name for this Love Disc. This is actually being named after a male bird from Spyro 2. It's a male bird, keep this in mind, but it's kind of like a rendezvous because the mission where you have to go meet this person, or this bird, rather, you have to go ahead and scale a very tall area and meet them at the top to send them to their lover, Romeo, and Juliet. There we go, we have Juliet the Love Disc, who is a male bird. Keep this in mind. And she's like, oh, Romeo, wow, Romeo. So, hey, they're happy together. That's what matters. We have Juliet Love Disc. All right, that'll work. It wasn't on my list because it's kind of basic, but I mean, what else are we naming a Love Disc? Come on, does not get better than that. You cannot disagree with me, friend. Anyways, the other thing that I wanted to do on this episode was clear out all 5 trainers in Route 129. This is gonna be a big boy episode because of training and because of death montage. Well, death scene. So, I guess it won't be that long of an actual content episode if I keep going. I was going to end it because I'm like, it's probably already over an hour with everything else. It might be very close to an hour. But keep in mind, with all of that stuff included, there's not much content. We're only 37 minutes into the actual video itself. So we'll keep going. We'll clear all the trainers around 129 as well. There's only 5 of them. And I believe out of those 5, there are a male swimmer, a triathlete male, female triathlete, a male, and a female swimmer. So let's just keep going with Duke, because Duke's the only one that's not level 43. Getting everybody rounded to 43 would be a good level to go ahead and fight Team Magma in the next episode, because Team Magma's highest level is 44, I believe. I had somebody check for me. And at 44, it's only one level 44 Pokemon. So everybody at 43 with a couple 44s sprinkled in there, I think that'll be the best thing that I could do overall. Without getting too close to the level limit. So this guy is a Spheal. I would be concerned, but it's a Spheal, not a Celio. I should be able to take it out in one shot. And even if it does have a move to hit me with, it won't kill me in one shot. Like, Ice Ball is like rollout, so it would do very small amounts of damage. And I can't think of anything else it would have. Maybe like Aurora Beam, but even that wouldn't be too threatening. And same with Sharpedo. They have incredibly low defenses, and I'll probably outspeed a Sharpedo. Might not, but even, yeah, we're, what, 9 levels higher? Oh, we still got outsped. Very interesting. Slash, it's fine. Even if it crit, we would have been in completely good shape. Yeah, I want to clear everybody out on Route 129. And like I said, there's 5 trainers around 129. Only 4 to go. It's not too bad. And then for the next episode, the plan is to clear out the 3 trainers on Route 130. Oh, I don't know. I was going to clear out basically all 10 battles from here to Pacific Log Town, and then take on Team Magma in the places that we can go to with Dive, which is going to get me pretty close to the level limit. I might want to go ahead and hold off on that. I might go ahead and change up my little route here before the next episode and go ahead and figure it out, because I believe Team Aqua's highest level is 43, so we could do Magma, Aqua, and yeah, I'll probably go ahead and change things around, but I still do want to go ahead and take on the rest of the trainers here on Route 129, so that way I basically have everything from here to Moss Deep cleared out, except for like Moss Deep's strip of trainers, which would be over here, obviously. So yeah, Route 129, there's still another male swimmer, and that would be this guy right here. Hello, I'm trying to talk to you. Yeah, fight me. I want to fight you with my Blossom. Yeah. So I'm trying to think, who am I not going to go ahead and fight Team Magma with? It would probably be Tortoise and Duke here. Because, I mean, Tortoise would be okay, but I'm not going to fight Camerupt and Fire types with Duke and Tortoise. So my best bet for them is probably going to be Crush, Zephyr, Finny, and Altair. So we're going to get Tortoise and Duke to level 44, ideally, would be the goal here on Route 129. And then take on Team Magma in the next episode with the other Pokemon. That's the goal. I'm worried for Team Magma because We lost Jock, our Grumpig, to Team Magma Maxi, and this fight coming up is our final fight against Maxi, and it's actually a double battle with the admin, Tabitha, which actually could arguably make it a little easier, because it's not a double battle with two of our Pokemon, it's actually a double battle with Steven Stone, who is the former champion in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. So it's not entirely scary. I should be okay, but if it's, like, as long as we focus on... Oh, that was a triathlete, right? So we have these two and then a triathlete female who should be, like, right up here. There we go. That's the rest of on Route 129. They're very small amount of trainers here. These two could probably double battle. I mean, that would be a little bit of excitement to end off the episode. Can you guys giggle at me? Excitement on a water route. Aren't I cute? Well, hello there, Allison. Hey, you know what? This is very funny. So earlier on in the episode, it's like, you know what? These water trainers have given me good content. I appreciate them. Also, I'm so much higher level than this Wingull. I'm not concerned whatsoever about it being a flying type. So earlier on in the episode, I was talking about this one kid that I knew that was, like, so weird that nobody really ever made fun of him, which is good. Like, that's what you would want. I wish I was that weird kid. But there was a girl that was, like, basically on the same level as Rogers. Okay? Her name was Allison. So I always liked Allison. I thought she was a nice kid. There's obviously a little bit something wrong with her, obviously. But that's no need to make fun of her. There was always these kids that would be so nasty to this girl. There was this girl who was like honor roll student. I could not stand her. She was so two-faced. Nasty, nasty girl, I tell you what. Basically, she was Allison's mentor. She was the one that walked her around school. Was like her only real friend. The one person she could talk to in school. And she would talk so much crap behind Allison's back, it's not even funny. She would sit there and say how she's such a baby, all these things, just horrible things about this girl, when that was her only true friend. It broke my heart as a kid, because it's like, I tried so hard to be nice to Allison at all times. She loved Pokemon, she loved to draw Pokemon. I tried to talk to her. It's, you know, it's not really easy to, because of the circumstances. I don't want to get into it because I don't want it to sound like I'm being mean to this girl or anything. I mean no harm, obviously, but there was definitely things that made it hard for people to, like, get closer with her. The main thing is, I personally don't know what made her the way that she was. I don't know what kind of disability that she would have, or how you would consider it. I don't know what it would be. I've never known. I don't know if anybody in my school ever did end up figuring out what it was. But she had excessive crying. She'd cry, like break into full-on tears and like lose her mind about nothing. Like just explode out of nowhere. And it was always hard. Like, people obviously can imagine how much bullying she received because of that. Like I said, I couldn't stand when people were mean to her. I always tried to defend her when I could. It's also probably I stuck my neck out for somebody. It's also one of the reasons I was probably considered the weird kid as well. But, you know, I don't like to see people get made fun of. And obviously, she couldn't help it. There was some sort of uncontrollable factor here at play. And I always wondered that, but it's interesting that this episode made me think of those two by having two trainers named after similar things. But, yeah, with that being said, we cleared out everything I wanted to clear out this episode. So as for water routes, we've done everything on Route 124. We've done everything on Route 125. We've done everything in Moss Deep City except for the Space Center. We'll be at that here soon. Route 126, we are saving for when we actually go to Sutopolis. We cleared everything on Route 127, everything on Route 128. Got our encounters for 128 and Evergrande City. There's nothing else we can get on the other water routes, by the way, in case I hadn't mentioned that. Cleared everything on Route 129, so we have the strip to Pacific Log Town and the surrounding route to Sutopolis City. Other than that, we cleared out all the other water routes, which is really good progress, I'd say. So, with that being said, in the next episode, I want to go ahead and take down Team Magma at the Space Center, get the HM for Dive, go ahead and do some backtrack and go to the areas that we can go to now that we'll have Dive after that. And then maybe clear out the rest of the trainers on the way to Pacific Log Town, preparing to go ahead and take down the Seafloor Cavern and take on Team Aqua in the episode after that, and make our way to Sutopolis City. So, with that being said, I hope you guys really like the new pair as much as I do. I think they have great potential moving forward. I think they're going to be super fun, and I hope you guys are just as stoked for these two as I am. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, a like is appreciated, it helps out a great deal. And if you want to see more Pokemon Wedlocks like Pokemon Emerald here, feel free to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time when we take down Team Magma at the Space Center. Until then, I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching.